Arise and journey with me. This is Dr. Sharon Clark. Today we journey under the topic Lifeline. Journey from 2 Kings 20, verses 1. It reads thus. In those days was Hezekiah sick unto death, and the prophet Isaiah the son of Amos came to him and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, set thine house in order, for thou shalt die and not live. This means he has important affairs and obligations to take care of. And here he was told by a prophet of God that he would die soon. Hezekiah did not have an heir to the throne. Simply speaking, he was a young man in his prime of life, wasn't ready to die, wasn't looking forward to die. But here he was told to set his house in order because he would die soon. 2 Kings 20 verse 3 said, Hezekiah beseeched the Lord. He reminded the Lord that he, Hezekiah, walked before him. He said he walked before the Lord in truth and with a perfect heart. In other words, he did it in an excellent spirit. He reminded the Lord all the good things he did. But at the end of it, there was only one thing he had to do, and it was the Lord's will be done. So, as human, he wept. God, in his sovereign grace, extended Hezekiah's lifeline by 15 more years. During that 15 years warning, Hezekiah did get a son. However, his son was only 12 years old when he succeeded his father to the throne. And it is recorded that he was among the worst king of Israel. How is that so? How much can a 12-year-old do? We're talking about a child here. So he had counselors, he had advisors. What were they telling him? How much of what they told him he was listening to and he had done? Did Hezekiah fail to teach his son how to walk in his footsteps? Why did the godly legacy Hezekiah left for his son prevail? Would you say Hezekiah had set his house in order? That we don't know. What we do know for sure is that Hezekiah did not get enough time to imprint on his son. Proverbs 22:6 said, train up the child the way he should grow, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. What is the legacy are you leaving for your next generation? What is the foundation of such legacy? Will that legacy withstand the test of time in this world that we're living in with all these distractions? I'll tell you this. One legacy that my household have is a name. When my firstborn son came into this world, my husband was so excited. He said, every letter in my name belongs to this boy. And now my son, that child is now a father. And when his firstborn son came into the world, he did the same. Every letter in his name belongs to his son. Now, what will that son do? Will he take that legacy forward? Today, in our household, we have 3 Henrys. We have Henry, the original, Henry, the remix, and Henry, the encore. So, will there be a 4th Henry? Now, what is the legacy these Henrys is going to leave for the next Henry? Should there be another Henry before Jesus comes? Who are you and what are you doing with your life today? Is your house in order? Because ready or not, when God said this is your day, when God said this is your time, it is your time. There's nothing you can do to stop that day. When God said today is your sundown, it is, and it will be your sundown. I understand that people are literally getting palm line surgery for a better future and longevity. One doctor said, because occasionally destiny needs a little shove in the right direction with a scalpel. He then further said, we all got the power to change our destiny. Our longevity is limited only to the size of our palm. Children of the living God, we know that God and God alone have the power and the ability to extend our lifeline. We know that there is no measures that can be taken to extend our lifeline beyond what God intended it to be. We know that there is no amount of dollars, whether your bank book is in the zeros, in the minus, whether it's in the hundreds, in the thousands, in the billions, in the trillions. It doesn't matter what dollar label your bank account has. When your time comes, none of that can help you. There are elements that can shorten our lives. That's disease, illness, accident, suicide, and murder. Why does God allow this? Isaiah 55, 8-9 said, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your ways, declare the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. 1 Thessalonians 5, verses 2 said, for you yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so come as a thief in the night. We know not when God is coming. We know not when He's coming back to take the church out of the church. We know not when He's going to say, this is the day your son goes down. But what we do know that there is two sure things in this life, is the day you enter into the world and the day you exit the world. While we are living in this world, we should make our election sure. We should live a life that is pleasing to God. Because we've got to remember, everything we do, everything we say, everywhere we go, God knows. Because God is omnipotent, is omnipresent, and is omniscient. He sees us, He knows us, He hears us. Jeremiah 1:5 said, before I formed thee in the belly, I know thee. And before thou comest forth out of the womb, I sanctify thee, and I ordain thee a prophet unto the nation. We got to come to God knowing that we are sinners. We got to come to Him knowing that we are His children. Yes, we do the things that is wrong and we reroute from the path that we should have gone. But all we got to do is, like the prodigal son said, this is the day that I shall return to my father, and said unto him, Father, here I am. Take me, Lord. Take me as I am, because you said, come as you are. And my friends, I am beseeching you. I am imploring you. I am asking you, while the lifeline is still there, why today is the day. Remember, there's no repentance in the grave. So while it is still today, while the breath is still in the moving through the body, the oxygen is still there, use that day. Use it as a gift, as an extension of your lifeline, and come to God with a repentant heart, and He is there, ready and willing to forgive. And in these words, I will leave with you a prayer, hoping that this day will be your day, your Damascus Road experience. Spirit of the living God, fall afresh on us. Lord, each day we come before you, new mercies we seek. Father, this is the day that you have created. It was not a day that was promised to us, but it's a day that because of your love, your grace, and your mercy, you have extended our lifeline to meet this day. So, Father, I'm asking you that for everyone who is listening today and who will listen in the future, Father, I'm asking that they will accept the fact that you extending their lifeline to that day, and that they will use that day as a day that they will come to you in repentance, that they will come to you asking for forgiveness, that they will come to you saying, I am living the life knowing that I am my brother's keeper. Help me, give me the strength to go on. And Father, I know that you're willing to do that. I know that you're willing to bless. And I know, Father, that you love us. That is why you sent Jesus to die on the cross. That is why you sent your son to drink the bitter cup for us, because you know us as human, we couldn't do it. So today, God, I just want to thank you for all you've done and all you continue to do in my life, in my children's life, in my family life, in my household, in my extended household, for my associates and my friends, and for all who is listening today and will listen into the future, for their household, for their associate, for their loved one.